wake before dawn. The city never sleeps. Not truly. Even in the darkness I hear the creak of carts, the cries of vendors preparing bread, and the clatter of sandals on cobblestone. Rome breathes, even at night. And if you listen closely, you can almost hear her heartbeat, steady, proud, and ancient. My name is Marcus Flavius Severus. I was born in the Subura, a crowded, noisy district where the rich never step. We live between taverns and temples in walls that crumble a little more each year. Yet from my window I can still see the golden dome of the Pantheon, gleaming even under the soot. Rome is both heaven and hell, depending on where you stand. When I was a child, my father fought in Dacia under Emperor Trajan. He returned with scars and a handful of silver coins. His reward for surviving the glory of Rome. He told me stories of rivers running red, of the thunder of marching legions, of the emperor himself riding through the smoke of victory. I thought Rome was invincible then. I don't think that anymore. By sunrise, the Forum Romanum is alive. Merchants shout prices for olive oil, fish, and honey. Philosophers argue under marble columns. Lawyers in white togas chase clients like vultures. And I sell clay lamps made by my own hands, each one shaped, fired, and polished in a cramped workshop that smells of smoke and hope. I often wonder who lights them. A patrician dining by candlelight, or a soldier praying before battle. Maybe that's what Rome is, one flame, burning for 1,000 lives. At midday, I walk past the Colosseum. 50,000 voices roar inside, cheering for death. The emperor's games are free, they say, a gift to the people. But it's not mercy, it's control. Feed them blood, and they forget hunger. Show them victory, and they forget fear. I once saw a gladiator kneel before the emperor, waiting for the signal. Thumbs down. The blade fell, and the crowd cheered as if Mars himself had descended from Olympus. I left before the next fight. By evening, the baths of Caracalla fill with steam and gossip. Men talk of distant wars, Parthia, Germania, Britannia. Rome stretches so far now that even the gods must lose track of her borders, but power spreads thin like cheap wine. Every victory leaves another wound to bleed. I overhear whispers of corruption in the Senate, of provinces that dream of rebellion. Some say Rome has grown too large to rule, others say it has grown too proud to listen. As night falls, the torches of the Palatine Hill light up the sky. That's where the emperor lives, surrounded by marble, gold, and fear. Sometimes I see his procession pass through the streets, the soldiers clearing the way. We bow, we shout his name, but our eyes never meet his. To him, we are shadows. To us, he is Rome. There are nights when the city feels fragile, too heavy with its own greatness. I walk by the Tiber River and see beggars sleeping beneath bridges built by emperors. Children play where senators once debated. The water carries everything away. Ashes, offerings, forgotten dreams. And yet, I love this city, its cruelty, its beauty, its fire. Rome raised me and broke me, sometimes in the same breath. Maybe that's what it means to be Roman, to endure, to build, to fall, and to rise again. Tomorrow, the legions march east again. The emperor says it's for glory. But I think Rome fights not for land. It fights to prove it still can. If I could speak to the gods, I'd tell them this. We are not immortal. Only our ruins are.